What is up, guys? It is Sam the Raid Man. We're back with yet another attempt, our 1 millionth attempt of pushing clan boss damage. We are going to try the Cardiel team again, utilizing him for his speed aura as well as just damage. The biggest change we made today is we regeared everyone, make sure everyone has like a reflex or 4-piece merciless to reset cooldowns or lower skill cooldowns, and everyone has full crit rate. One advantage of bringing Cardiel in is he brings in an increased crit rate. Mikage brings in the increased attack and increased crit damage, but we did not have increased crit rate previously. So we can build everyone with 70% crit rate. Now Ninja, I actually tried to rebuild and it said this is the best gear I have for him on this account, even if it is 112. If I lowered it to 70, it did not get any better. So that was weird, but that's fine. The build is good. I could definitely make some small improvements with like ascending, but I don't have enough pots for all of that stuff. So kind of is what it is. So let's go through the stats really quickly. Mikage is 6,000 attack, 281 speed, 74 crit rate, 318 crit damage, 241 accuracy. Ninja, same as always, 8,693 attack, 223 speed, full crit rate, 411 crit damage, 334 on the accuracy, and 6-piece merciless. Cardiel, 263, 4,400 attack, 88 crit rate, 253 of the crit damage, and he is in our reflex set. Mikage is in a 4-piece merciless set. Wixwell, same build as last time. We did build him for damage actually because he has a 5-star heaven cast, so that's a good damage blessing for him. 6,900 defense, 71 crit rate, 216 crit damage, and he's in 4-piece reflex as well. Lastly, we have the Mad Hatter. He does the least amount of physical damage, so he is in our shield set as opposed to using Cardiel because Cardiel does more damage. So Mad Hatter is 95,000 HP, 279 speed, 75 crit rate, 224 crit damage. Only 214 accuracy, so I'm a little concerned about the accuracy, but hopefully with his masteries as well, we should be able to get enough. If you want an amazing start in Raid Shadow Legends, make sure to use the link in the description of this video to get a free Elenarl, Supreme Gaelic, and 3 epic champions as you level up throughout the game. I have 4 simple steps for you. Step 1, log out of Play and Play on your computer and uninstall it. If you are also on a mobile phone, you've never had Raid installed, it will work on the mobile phone as well. Step 2, click on the link in the description of this video and register to Plarium with a brand new email. Step 3, log into Raid and complete the tutorial. Step 4, go to your inbox and collect your first free legendary champion, which should be Elenarl. Then use a promo code SUPREME6 to get your Void Legendary Supreme Gaelic. You also get your 3 epics as you level up through the game. Make sure to use this link if you want a great start in Raid. Double check the AI setup. Last time we had our conundrum or our snafu with Mikage transitioning forms. Cardiel is going to open with his block debuffs and never use it again. Going to prioritize the ally attack. Ninja, prioritize the HP burn, then the Cyan Slash. Mikage is going to prioritize her buff extension and then her ally attack. And then Mad Hatter is going to prioritize his buff extension and then his little ally attack basically with the weaken. That's why we need the accuracy in him is for weaken. And then Wixwell is going to open up with his shield and intercept and then increase defense and then never use it again, just extend or use his A1. So pretty simple. I got some requests on the last video for you guys wanted to watch it and see it. So we're going to obviously speed it up to like quadruple speed or whatever speed feels best so we can get a decent duration video. We don't want it to be too long for y'all, and then we'll come back at the end, take a look. The record I believe is 1.1 billion. I'll have to go back and look, see if I can find it. I'll throw an image up on the screen. If not, we will see at the end. But I know I've had 1.06 and then we beat it last video. So whatever we did on the last video, last attempt at this, is the new record. So I'll find that while I'm off screen and while we're watching this run go. So again, the reason that this works is because Wixwell brings in Ninja, who does a ton of damage. Wixwell brings in Ninja on the A1 and on the A3. Mad Hatter brings Ninja in on the A2, I believe. Cardiel brings him in on the A3. Everyone brings Cardiel in. He has a 30% chance of joining any attack. Wixwell does obviously the shield mechanics, and then Ninja does tons of damage. Hatter and Mikage are both buff extenders that can also bring in ally attacks. I think Lanicus is also a good shout, but I think Mad Hatter's a little bit better, but I could be wrong. I know his buff extension a little better, but I think because he brings in the weaken, that makes him better, in my opinion. So gonna go ahead and speed this up. Again, we're looking for over 1 billion damage easily, but I'd like to get to like 1.1, 1.2. So we've been at 1.1. I'd like to get to 1.2, 1.3. So speed this up and see you in a little bit. Well, bit of an interesting development. We can see, or you might not be able to see because my head is really big, Cardiel has went down at 1,200 turns, which is peculiar. I'm assuming, obviously, he was just taking too much damage. We had built him with too much attack, or not too much attack, but not enough defense, basically. So we would need to lift some of his defense and maybe try and put a little bit more into it. But I think it kind of might work out for the better, because at this point, it's all about Ninja's abilities. And I would much prefer someone like a Mad Hatter to die than anybody else. But Cardio does, do a lot of damage himself, and he's bringing Ninja in on the ally attack, but on a 4-turn cooldown. Mikage's bringing him in more and extending buffs. Wixwell's growing the shields. Like, everyone's doing a lot, but I would argue that Cardio or Hatter was doing the least. So if someone's going to go down, I think it's okay. That being said, we've already hit a billion. So, and we still have hypothetically 250 turns. My only concern is as we reach these higher turn counts, with us taking less turns because Cardiel is dead, the clan boss will therefore take more turns and hit more before we reach the turn count limit. So I'm nervous that some of our shields are going to start getting hit through. And as always, what we're monitoring with shields is 2 shields. Shield, 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 shield. So everyone has 2 shields, and I was watching the turn count limit and stuff, but I was not watching close enough to see when Cardio started going. But you lose one, then you lose the other one very fast. So we will see. I think this is, well, no, I don't think. This is obviously going to be a new record. There's really no question about that. The only question is, how high will it go? Uh-oh. Mikage just lost another shield, so she is going to be dead next. Her one shield might be kind of big, but the clan boss is hitting bigger, so that one is going to go very soon. It means when Wixwell is growing shields, he's only going to grow the 1 instead of her 2. So this is probably not going to reach the turn count limit. I can almost guarantee you that much. Now, hypothetically, at this point in time, we could reapply another shield with Wixwell's A3, the intercept buff, but I don't think we're going to need to. I mean, I think we might need to, but I like these runs to be full auto. Even if they're not a quick battle like this one is, I still want it to be full auto. And truly, I think that's the rules for, well, I guess world max, world record, you don't have to. But in general, I like them to be quick battles just to compare that. Because when I try again tomorrow and the next day and keep tweaking this video and tweaking these teams, those will probably be quick battles. Because you can see how ridiculously long this battle has gone, 61 minutes, and we're not done yet. I will say, Wixwell, Mikage's hanging in there a little bit better than I thought. Now, obviously, Wixwell is going to be survivable because he is defense-based. Hatter's going to be survivable because he's HP-based. It's our 2 attack-based champions. So honestly, even some small stuff like glyphing a little bit of defense, giving them 50 extra defense will probably go a little ways in terms of keeping them alive just a little bit longer. Because I don't think we need them alive the whole time. There she goes. You can see our buff duration still, especially, yeah, it's super long. It's like 35 on everybody, 36 now. We've still got our 2 tanky buff extenders in here. So I think there's a chance these 2 guys last the turn count limit. Either way, we're at 1.06. So we're like officially around my record. So I'm going to go ahead and speed this up. I don't know if it's going to be 5 more minutes or it might be 15 more minutes. So you'll see. We're at 62.5 minutes. Like I said, I will come back whenever it starts getting close and another person dies. Okay, so it's going to be close on whether or not we actually reach the turn count limit. Wixwell has lost the shield as well. You can see that he only has 1 shield currently, meaning he is going to die pretty quickly. Ninja is staying alive mostly due to the perfect veil, or is it regular veil or perfect veil? I think it's perfect veil. Perfect veil that he casts on himself that is helping keep him alive, but he has now also lost 1 shield. So we're not going to reach the full 1500. This is still a record for me. We'll see the final damage, obviously, but I do think some tweaking is needed. There goes Wixwell. Ninja, the team goes a lot slower when you're losing everyone else, and you're just getting a lot less ally attack, so you just really slow down on your damage. But 1.14 billion is a new record. That might also be a record for longest fight, 1 hour and 8 minutes. It is 11:38 p.m. for me, so I started this video at 10:30, and now it's almost midnight. So final damage, Cardio 100 million. That's the most we've seen by far. That is an 1/8 of what Ninja did. That's significant. That is, we changed his blessing from Miracle Heal to Heaven Cast. That makes a big difference, and we juiced his stats a little bit more. They're not great stats, but they're better. Ninja 806, that's not his best number, I don't think, but again, I think losing the rest of the team hurts. Mikage 73, Hatter 41 is about the same as when he was in the Toxic set. Wixwell 128 is big improvement, even more than the Cardiel. He does have counterattack up, that helps a lot, and he survived a lot longer. Cardiel was the first one to die. So 1.14 is my official new record. Let's go ahead and let's see if we can ascend some of the gear. get some extra defense and stuff like that on if any of it's available. We got some HP here. I don't see any defense that can be rolled up. 32 is good. Can we roll this up more? No, we can't. I don't know if we're going to have too much to roll up on her. I assume these are already all glyphed. I want to try and rerun. We definitely need to reroll some of Cardiel stuff, but 11 defense is not going to make much of a splash here. There's 20 more defense, so that's something. Any of this defense that we can roll? This is, but we don't have the pieces. Let's reroll the helm with some dust. Defense or attack would be good. Attack's more damage, defense is more survivability. There we go. All right, I think that's going to be that. All right, so that is Mikage, Cardiel. Again, we're going to reroll this, get attack or defense. Attack it is. It's like, I don't think giving him HP makes a difference. I do think giving him a defense does, and attack does, but we can't roll this any higher. Give you a little bit more defense. Just doing small tweaks, seeing what difference that can make. Got some attack. Don't care about accuracy or speed. Here we go. Here's some defense. It can be glyphed. 36 extra defense. We'll take it. Maybe a little bit more here too. Okay, so we're adding some significant defense to him, I think. Here we go. Here's some percentage defense we can roll. See if we can get 7 or 8. 4, let's try again. 6, we'll take that. Any defense here and more defense here. Perfect. So we're going to get a significant amount of defense increase for Cardiel. And again, even just a little bit of extra helps. And that was a good 8% roll there. I like that. Okay, definitely some potential more improvements that we can do. I don't think the rest of them really matter. I know Ninjas is pretty much perfect. We've already checked your defense, so you're good. And then Hatter, it's like HP. Okay, so I think we're good. 1.14 billion. We're just gonna do the quick battle, obviously. And there is a lot of fluctuation, right? Because with reflex sets and merciless sets, there's a lot of RNG that comes into play and can fluctuate and go up and down a lot. Everyone's hits can fluctuate and go up and down. Clan boss can critical hit you, but there we go. 1.19. Cardio did a little bit less. Ninja did a little bit more, and wixwell did about the same. So I don't really know where the difference came from, but mostly Ninja, I guess, about 40 million more, because I think his was around 800. So 1.19 billion. I got to remember this. This is our new official record. Close to the 1.2. I think a soul on Mad Hatter would do well. I think like a Brimstone could be pretty good for somebody, just because like the run goes on so long. Like I think Brimstone on him could easily add like 10 million. No question, if not more, because that would be 40 procs of it, and we're going 186 turns. So you could hypothetically get 120 procs of Brimstone with a 6-star soul, even with a 5-star soul. So yeah, 1.19 billion. Let me know. I don't know. I think Cardio is better than Padraig. I do think Padraig will guarantee that we get to the turn count limit. That's a difference in Padraig. Padraig attack, because if he is... yeah, I'm almost considering just running him in that same. I don't know. Let me know in the comments. What would you guys like to see next? Is there anyone else we can add to the list? I looked at buff extenders to see if there's anyone else, and I don't really think there is like another valid option besides maybe Lanicus. Like Demitha's okay, but she doesn't hit super hard. She does have 6-star cruelty, but I think Hatter's still doing more because Hatter's bringing in weaken. The Krisk is bringing increased speed and ally protection, which maybe if we throw the relic on him, that gets like the reflect damage or whatever. Or no, it's something like increased defense. Is it something that's like increased defense for the number of wearers defense increases by 1% for each ally and ally protection. That's 4% defense. Never mind. Bambus not doing. Hellborn's a great option, but not for what we're trying to do. Same thing with Giat, does some damage. Her ability is cool because increases duration while ally buffs. Damage increases by this skill increases by 5% for each buff that had its duration increase. You can get like 50% extra damage or 100% extra damage, assuming that it's each individual one. So potentially some testing for Giath. Let me know. It's very late, so I'm going to go head to bed. But thank you guys for watching. Subscribe to the video, and I'll see you on the next one.